Hello and welcome to episode 22 of our Timberborn Update 5 Waterbeavers playthrough here, cycle 22, day 13, and we are back. I know it's only a couple days after the most recent episode went up, but it has been just over 2 weeks since I've recorded an episode of the Waterbeavers here. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be catching back up with where we left off and continuing to improve our different processes and storages and all that fun stuff, because there is so much that needs to get done. We have a drought approaching. Don't know how long it's going to be. We're going to find out in just a moment here. But as far as I'm concerned, I think we are in pretty good shape. Obviously, we've been working on expanding our water pumping over here, and we also have all these lotuses. I'm determined to call them by the correct name at least once. But we have all these things growing here. We have all these we haven't really done anything with. All the nenuphars, if you will. And it so happens that we've got the ability to make some methane with these, and we haven't really been doing it. And by haven't really been doing it, I mean we haven't been doing it. Right now these are making the half-fermented sake, and then these are... Oh, they're also making half-fermented sake. Well, guess what? Now, they're going to make methane. Well, these two at least. So we can start processing these, because we still have some lotuses that have not been separated. And we're going to want to have methane so we can do fun stuff, like running the engine that we have not researched yet, but we will at some point. Obviously, you can see there it takes 8 methane per hour to make 300 HP, which is a fantastic amount of power for us to have. We got a lot of beavers who are injured that are probably going to need to get uninjured pretty quick. That's another thing we were trying to work on, but you know what I've said previously, the Waterbeaver mod is like drinking through a fire hose at all times. So we are going to need to very much try to focus on getting some of these other things taken care of in terms of medical beds and healing and all that fun stuff. But that requires science, which we do not have, and it is presently waiting on the library to become a little bit more efficient, which means we need more brain-stimulating mushrooms, which means we need more mushrooms, which means we need more of these guys. Random entropy over here, making some mushrooms for us. Probably could benefit from having another mushroom grower, but we've got a lot to consider here in terms of getting other stuff taken care of. One thing you will remember is that we've gotten rid of all of our jails, or at least a good number of them, because we have this horrific contraption down here called the beaver washing machine that you saw in the previous video, where I absolutely lost my mind at how funny it was to have these beavers just get forcibly dunked into the river to try and, you know, decontaminate themselves. Really, truly a horrific and just absolutely, like, mind-bendingly cruel thing to be doing to these beavers. But it's a game, and it's funny, so it's fine. We'll just have to keep on keeping on with what we're doing here. And we are now back up to the start of this drought. We have not, so far, come up with a way to store power. So this 8 days drought that we have is going to end up probably causing us some issues, because we do not have any power stored, and we will not be able to make any unless we have some of these power wheels that make 5 HP each, or crappy windmills, or we somehow get engines unlocked, which I gotta tell you, I don't see it happening in the next 8 days. They are like a pretty cool looking thing, redesigned for this this mod. But I digress. We have plenty to take care of here, and I believe it's going to be in our best interest to just optimize little things as best as we can. If we see something that needs to get replaced that we know we can replace, we'll do it. If not, we won't lose too much sleep over it. Just catch up on what we need to catch up on. 8-day drought, of course, all of this water is going to go away unless we hit pause real quick and we do our favorite thing ever, which is going to be pausing the pump upgrades and retracting the straws, because you know how this works. You know how it works. So these guys right here are the deep water pumps. These are an upgraded version of the building. These are also deep water pumps. The upgrades are in the process of being constructed. But we have these guys that are still the original right here. What I like to do is just pull these straws all the way up and make sure that we aren't going to have too many problems here. And since this is a drought, we have the option, actually, to go ahead and take these guys, just straight up take them out, because we have all of these deep water pumps we're trying to replace them with. The only problem with that is our scrap metal scenario right now is not looking great. We have tons of it. We have so much of it up here. We just can't get to it yet. Same deal over here because of how difficult the terrain is. Might seem kind of simple to get over here, but yeah, there's actually a very, very small amount that we could actually get to without you know, building all sorts of nonsense here. So since we do have our free beds here, I am going to start getting rid of some of these pumps. Just one piece at a time, because one, we don't need the space for beaver storage. I guess that's now a permanent channel meme. We don't need the space. And we are absolutely not in a spot... Oh, I didn't have that checked. Where we need to be worrying about keeping the old ones anyway, since we're trying to change everybody over. Because remember, these deep water pumps, every quarter hour make 1 unit of water. These, every third of an hour, make 1 unit of water. So these are like 33%, I think, more effective per hour, assuming they're staffed appropriately. So we actually will need fewer of these to get the same output. The only problem is they need scrap metal to get made. And there is a limited amount of that available over here. We do still have some, and these guys unfortunately cannot reach it currently, which we are going to have to attempt to fix. Like I said, there's so much stuff that we have to take care of that I can't really just say, hey, today we're going to do X, Y, Z, because, well, X, Y, Z ends up being a bunch of different things that aren't really easy to take care of, and just say, oh, we're gonna just do this. Like, okay, well, yeah, sure. But if I promise that we're gonna do that and then we don't, then I'm a liar, and I don't like that. I want this to be fun and educational for everyone involved. So, including myself, we're gonna put this overhang right here, and then these guys are gonna be able to get over here to get all of this. And actually, these trees here, I've got so many logs, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I'm just going to get rid of these, because we can actually continue putting these little overhang walkways here if we so choose to get at the rest of this. But that should be a priority. Let's prioritize that overhang walkway. I know we're still paused. The reason we're still paused is I'm attempting to try and make sure that we don't suck up all of our water with all these eager pumpers here. So that will get replaced eventually, but for right now, I think we're good. I have all of these guys pumping over here, and yes, I should have built these as deep water pumps, but at the time I was building these, we didn't have access to that. So that's fine there. We have this guy up here. Honestly, does not need to be here. This would be a much better location for a deep water pump, because that can actually go down into this little reservoir here. So that will be something we get to eventually. But for right now, I will just go ahead and say goodbye to that one. And we'll unpause and get to what we have to get to. You guys know how this works. I think we can pretty safely get rid of these. Oh, I clicked on the beaver and not the thing. There we go. Safely get rid of a bunch of these things, but I will go ahead and unpause these scavenger flags, I think. No, there we go. I didn't have the right thing clicked on. Because once we have this overhang walkway in here, we're going to want to get this as quickly as possible in all of its suboptimal glory. You know how we like to do things here. And then, yes, all of the garbage on the ground. I know many of you are not a fan of all this stuff being stuck on the ground, but most of it's just logs. They'll get picked up. Really aggressively unconcerned about that at this exact moment. So that will end up being just fine. We have a nice start to this industrial mine content storage over here. We worked on a couple episodes ago. And we are going to continue improving all of that. Again, everything just takes time. Especially in this mod. Now we have all this methane, and we need to have storage for it, which I believe... I do not have... Apologies, I do not have timber trees up, and I do not remember exactly what this goes in, but I'm pretty sure... What happened to the gas? Oh, here it is. The gas tank. Which I realized, oh no, it's been changed to gas. Because I know in French it's G-A-Z. Or Z if you're Canadian. But, Oh, that was kind of fun to have it say, have the Z on there. That's like some additional fallen humanity lore where they just have a smattering of different languages bundled together. I don't know, it's 12:19 a.m. and I just got home. And I'm recording Beavers because this is my life. It's fine. We're having a good time. Oh, this still says gas. It just says gas tank on there. I really should read before I say stuff. But anyway, suffice to say, we need to research and build this. It has a 20,000 capacity. That's a big tank, folks. And it's really not that big of a footprint either. It's just the 70 metal blocks is a lot. We have 132. But it's going to be hard for us to make metal blocks now because, one, we do not have a lot of scrap metal. Even though this is now accessible again, it's going to take a while for that to become, you know, truly viable. I need to make sure this is not... that's not the factory. The factory's over here now. That's right, because we moved it. So this is... Ooh, actually, I need to... maybe I just leave this alone. Oh, it's full, so it's not going to work anyway, even though there's nothing flowing. We're good. We're good. You know what's really funny is this this video's been going for almost 15 minutes on my recording. We've only done like 3 days. We haven't hypersped anything. So I used to play on my laptop the past couple weeks. This computer can actually do it. So I guess we can unleash the hounds, so to speak. Oh, we got stuff on the ground over here, too. A couple people have mentioned in multiple videos that it's pointless to have rice here. And yes, you are correct. We should really be planting other things. But this is outside the range of the large farmhouse. So we can't plant pumpkins here. And, you know, I guess we could plant maybe the green peas or some sunflowers would be smart. But, you know, crops-wise, stuff is not looking too bad. Cabbage might actually end up being a decent one. I don't know. I want to know what these guys are actually doing over here. I should just go ahead and unplant this because it ends up being a mess regardless. How are we doing over here? We still don't have adequate supply of the brain-stimulating mushrooms. I think it's just we need another one of these mushroom growers up here. That's something I was going to do early on in this episode, and then I just, you know, kind of forgot about it. Because that's more or less how my brain works. We'll go ahead and do that. We also, later on, can do a GMO growing lab, although that doesn't work for the brain-stimulating mushrooms. It's great for the other ones, but we don't have the resources for this quite yet. So, otherwise, we just, you know, have to do this same mushroom grower for all of our stimulation needs and just live with our choices. Now, how's our level of water looking in here? It's still... Yeah, that'll be okay for at least a couple of days. We don't really need to be so worried about keeping the rice alive because now we do have this little crop over here and, of course, up here. But, you know, it's just really annoying to keep resetting it. Oh, these are still going. I did not mean for that to be a thing, folks. Let's fix that immediately. This needs to be paused. they can, they should keep building these, but I will keep those from pumping. We do have tons of water, got a decent amount of lemonade, and I did get a couple comments asking about if we could make more lemonade, and yes, we can. We will absolutely be making more lemonade. I just need to take care of some other stuff first, and we will be putting in additional tanks. I do still want to do the giant buried tanks, but those require a lot of materials and the science to research, which we currently do not have. It's a very, very long process, folks. We're going to have to just kind of take it as we are able to and go from there. But I guess... Do I have enough resources to do this? I do not have tar. I need more tar. And this is currently making the basic balm. We can put that easily back over to making tar. We should have more alchemists. But remember, this is the water beaver mod, which means suffering is mandatory. And we have to make laboratory glassware that we cannot make until we have some quartz and some methane, which we are currently making methane. We just don't have anywhere to put it yet because we haven't researched the gas tank. And the quartz is going to be something that has to come as a product of the medium mine, which we do not have. We need to. We really... Hold on. You know what? Let's hit pause again. There's really no good reason to be hitting pause all the time. It just, my brain works better that way when I take a second to eliminate distractions. I'm sure many of you can relate. Or if you can't, you can at the very least sympathize with me here. So 250 science required to get the medium mine. Obviously, we need to do this. I would love to do it this episode. I don't know if we can because our science situation is still not ideal. But that should be one of the next unlocks when we get enough science to do so. And then we'll have to find a place to put it. Our dear friend, mod creator, map creator, has confirmed there is really no good place on this map to put a medium mine. You just kind of have to make one. So I imagine I will end up doing it up here-ish, just so it's closer to our factory and all the other things we're going to be building up here. That medium mine, I guess I don't have to have this paused anymore, but the medium mine does require, where is the billboard for this? Yes, just to show you guys, I don't want them to build this, but we've talked about this a little bit before, but there is this diagram that tells us what has to be exploded where to make a staircase to go down to the mine and actually build the structure. It is dependent on this shape being put in the ground for the clearance of the fence and all that. So that's going to be a project when we get there. I will go ahead and remove this because we don't need that there. We'll let them get back to what they are doing. So that's all well and good. Oh, the beaver washing machine can't function because the water is not deep enough. And there's no power here because there's no water flow, which means everything grinds to a screeching halt without all of our other fun stuff. But take a look here. We were at one point having scrap metal stored, but I think it's kind of going in one ear, out the other with a lot of this stuff. Oh, look, we are pumping. Let's not do that. We do not want pumping right now. Scrap metal going out the other ear, being a reference to getting constructed into deep water pumps, which we do desperately need. And immediately take the straw up out of the water. No suction for you. I'm assuming this is fine. But what I get distracted so easily. I know you're all completely shocked. I've never said this before. But the tank situation here for our lemonade, we can very easily improve with the addition of another medium tank. Right over here. Lemonade, if you have not been keeping track, is a good thing to be producing because you actually get more of a thirst-satisfying liquid from the same amount of water because you're adding the lemons to it, which we're not really doing too much with right now. So we will be building another medium tank. The only problem is, well, there's not the only problem, but one of the problems is the scrap metal also has to go to the primitive iron works to make the metal fasteners, which we are in a very severe need of. So we'll just go ahead and let them do what they need to do. Get this set to lemonade as well. We will vastly increase our lemonade storage capacity once that is finished. But it all takes time. Where's the meme of Bart Simpson? Say the line, Bart. Yep, that's me. Well, I'm not Bart Simpson, but you get the idea. The water level in the river is probably going to be okay through the rest of the drought here. But I'm still a little worried about what we got going on here. These large piles of logs also are going to need to be adjusted here. So what I'm going to do, I know this is going to not be super optimal, but first of all, let's check and see if I have the resources. Scaffolding, yep, I sure do. We're going to change these piles into the large industrial piles because these are stackable. So you know what that means. We'll put 4 of these bad boys right here. And then because we have more wood than we know what to do with, I'm going to build the crappy platforms instead of the regular platforms. We'll just have this come right around the outside here. And utilize our powers for good and not for evil to connect everything up. And that's going to allow them to pick up all this garbage off the ground, or at least a decent bit of it. Give our builders something fun to do. And of course get these all set for logs. And then we have, I'm going to make this one for planks. And then I'm going to give them a storage for, actually, I'll do a metal block storage here. Because this medium pile right here probably should be for scrap metal. And then, of course, eventually get replaced with other stuff. But we have quite a lot of stuff we need to take care of. Everything takes time. Hey, look, methane. We got 200 of it, and I have nowhere else to put anything, so... I guess, yeah, let's put some more fermentation barrels right here. And then these, of course, have to be set to methane. This is all just, you know, negative space we weren't using. So why not go ahead and just occupy that with some more capacity for our fermentation. And then when that's all said and done, we'll have 600 methane just chilling here. And that is a pretty decent amount. But we will not be able to do anything with it without a storage in the form of a gas tank. Because the beavers aren't smart enough to know that they can just go get it where it's made. It has to go in the special receptacle, or nothing goes right, and everything has to like have alarm bells and screeching and everything going on. So, at the very least, oh, this is annoying. This has been placed into a bad position. Let's move that out that way. That works. That'll be nice. Get that all taken care of. Oh yes, it is so nice to be playing Timberborn on a computer that is actually able to run everything correctly. Nice to be able to do stuff on vacation, but of course, this computer is so much better. Alright, so it looks like this is just about finished, waiting on this one crappy platform to be done. And then they'll be able to store all sorts of fun stuff. And we'll be able to pick up a lot of our logs here. So, I'm going to just go on a collecting spree and prioritize all of these things. Nothing hidden back there? Nope. Alright, well, okay, this little bit right here. There's no way to get here except from coming up on top of this, but they'll figure... Wow, look at that. That was quick. Immediately put the lemonade all the way up. You know what? That is that's a good usage of our resources right there. I think we can be pretty okay with that. Do I dare do it again? I think I do. We need to have the power of lemonade heal our beavers here. By heal, I mean just, you know, give them the thirst stat satisfaction. I guess we're okay. Are we pumping? We are. We have 3 days left. This is not shallow enough to cause the lotuses to die off, but it is very close. Well, we wanted to replace a bunch of these. Why are you pumping? Stop that. You're not authorized to pump. Honestly, if anything, I should be replacing these guys. I should absolutely be replacing these guys. But the problem is these are dams. So if I replace them, it's going to have to be... Okay, that's all dried up. Okay, so this no longer matters. It's got 4 days. 5 days. I think we're going to be okay. Well, if you know what? You know what? It might not be such a bad thing. As long as the lotuses don't die, because that's annoying when I have to reset those. If I were to just say to myself, why don't we just go ahead and replace these, at least the 3 on the bottom, the water pumps, with the deep water pumps, which are right here. If we have the ability to do that before the next cycle starts, then we might stand a fighting chance. And I think we can. The only challenge is going to be the metal fasteners, I think. But we know we can easily take care. Oh, hey, this is already drained. Oh no, these are going to die. Oh god, that's so irritating. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, folks. This is already oh, I'm going to have a fake thing just for the lilies, lotuses, whatever stupid thing's called. This is now the same deal. They just can't bring enough water up here. I don't know what it is. Okay, so while we're here, I know the game is paused, but somebody had continued to make comments about, hey, why don't you just have the water cannons shoot stuff over there? So there is not a single place over here where the water cannon can actually shoot into our pool. However, as a couple of you have noted, we could, if we removed a couple of blocks of land here, we would be able to shoot from, say, right here into it. But we also have to power this thing, which is a challenge. I mean, it's not impossible because we do have the water source here. I could just, you know, kind of jerry-rig this. But I need to make sure where the power actually connects to this. Okay, it's on the side. You know what? Is this going to be the episode where I just do stupid garbage? Because I feel like I need to actually, you know, accomplish something? All this rice is going to die, and it's going to make me super irritated. I'm going to have to reset the rice and the lotuses and everything. Anyway, all that to say, well, now it doesn't matter because this isn't a dam anymore. Because there's nothing to dam up. So, we'll just, you know, yeah. We'll just get rid of all this. Because why not? And in fact, since this is currently not being a dam, we could take the opportunity to place in its place a pass-through lodge right here. Although I guess it might make more sense. Yeah, I'd have to move it to... here. Yeah, because it's not going to connect that way. I would have to move it to here. And then put 2 of the things. I want there to be an easier way to get through here without it being completely ridiculous. That would allow that to be a lot more streamlined. And now that we know this is all definitely going to die super quick, that's going to solve a lot of our problems right there. Just getting rid of that, and then actually, then these stairs can go away, and these stairs can go away. We can just have straight platform right across. In fact, we probably don't even need it, honestly. Probably don't even need this at all. We just need them to be able to get down in here. I don't know. I feel like I might also just be creating more problems for myself, which, you know, I, of course, have never done. That has never been something that I have had to deal with. Massive, massive sarcasm there. But let's get this in place. Got to ram the camera up in here to, there we go. So, I've got them doing that. I guess I could just unpause this. No more lotuses. It's not like we already, you know, have all this other garbage here to take care of, but that's fine. I am, if nothing else, a glutton for punishment, it seems. So this is going to end up getting removed right there. Just make sure they can walk into this. Too far from a district and cannot be reached by builders. I cry about it. So that we're gonna have to give them a little bit of help here, getting this stuff out. I know it's a little bit of a stupid to go in and do it this way, but you know what they say. And you can fill in the blank because I expect you to know, because I sure don't. We'll just cut this straight line here, and that's gonna be that. I will have them come down on these stairs, and I believe if this is here, should end up working out pretty nicely. It's a process. What do I say every single time? It's a process. You gotta trust the process. And of course, all of this is drying out slowly or fastly, quickly. Dying in 0.3 days. I am so upset. I'm so upset about these. That's such a huge pain. Second, maybe only to the huge pain that's going to be when this floods, because it hasn't been adequately replaced yet. I sure hope I have all these components. That's going to be a big problem. Okay, now they should be able to reach most of this. Just got to get everything ready to go. Like, we're working on it, folks. Like I said, tons and tons of problems that we are in not that great of a position to try and solve before stuff goes super poorly. But we're working on it. We're trying. We're doing our best. Because that's the only thing we know how to do, is our best. And sometimes that's enough. You don't need to worry about anything else. So now that that's a thing, let's take... do I have my my little suspension bridges? Yes, I do. What a glorious change to our bridges that have been made in this mod, so where the suspension bridges no longer have to be party to all this other garbage here. But yeah, that's going to work out quite well. Not having to have them go down here. It's going to open up a little bit more space for planting just as soon as that's all taken care of. Of course, all this is going to take 800 years to get removed, as it does. Thankfully, we have all this lemonade that we so enthusiastically... Oh, did I create a problem? I absolutely did. I used all my planks. Why do I do this? Why do I do this to myself? Okay, because I can't make planks because I don't have the capacity to make them. I'm making in here just sawdust. Oh, what? Okay, no. These guys are making planks. Okay. So we'll set those guys to go for planks. I really should have made these first. Because that's... Oh, yikes. Well... Yeah, I got nothing. It's, yeah. You watch these videos long enough, you understand what's happening here. I played myself. What's that DJ Khaled meme? Congratulations, you played yourself. Constantly. Where instead we should be suffering from our success, we are instead suffering from my failures. What else is new, right? See, now... But now this, oh, this irritates me so much. Because we were, we were so close. We were so close, friends. So close. Well, here comes cycle 23, and we're going to save our rice here at the cost of my personal sanity. And this is all dead, but hey, at least this bit wasn't. You gotta, you know, you take the small victories as you can have them. I got so distracted by all this other stuff. I didn't stop to ask if I should have been doing any of this. You know what's going to be really funny is when this doesn't work. Because I've never messed with water cannons before. You know, I also don't have the science really to justify using all these, but it is what it is. Hey, at least this is here now, so next time there's a bad tide I can just have super contaminated beavers because I forgot about it. Yep. All of these rice paddies are going to die because this can't hold water because I don't have any planks. I don't have any planks because the water hasn't even reached over here yet. And I'm supposed to be coming over here to get these out of here. Oh boy. What would I do? What would I do if I actually played this game correctly? I truthfully do not know. Oh, look, all these logs that I said we were going to pick up off the ground. Guess what? Half of them are still here. They're still here, folks. That ought to give you some perspective on just how well this has gone. Spoiler alert, it's not gone that well. Not gone that well. Alright, Dynamite. Are you going to be our savior today? I have 150 cents. Hey, remember when I said I was going to use the science for stuff that actually made sense and not this? But, I think this will actually work. Except I need 60 planks to build it, so guess what? We're not doing that right now. I can tell you that much for sure. And you know what time it is? It's time for us to turn these pumps back on, friends. Now that we're back in a good point to actually be pumping water, we'll of course allow them to do their jobs and just move on from there, because we're sure gonna need a lot of that stuff, folks. Get that rocking and rolling here. Got a couple more to get going, and there we are. Now, I kind of want to just not turn these other ones back on until I can replace them. Remember, these are 33% more effective than the ones they're replacing, so in theory, we could use fewer of them and still get good results. I did already get rid of a couple of these. Oh, hey, everything's flooded over here because I'm dumb. Good. we need family-friendly words. we need 40 planks. But this is thankfully starting to pick up again. Making our planks automatically. We do have contaminated beavers, but since we're over here and we're, you know, dealing with the chaos and all of the I guess consequences of my bad choices, let's do something good for a change. And let's put a couple of small warehouses right here outside of the crappy warehouse, or the beaver washing machine. I don't know why I called that a warehouse, but the beavers that are, you know, infected have to go all the way across the map to go get food. So I figured, why not just put some, not lemons, no, let's not eat those, but just, you know, put a little bit of food storage over here so we can have some nice options for these beavers, so they don't have to go trek all over creation to try and find all their other garbage. I'm not going to be building, so hey, look, we have a victim. I mean, person getting right there. That's never going to get old, man. Never, ever, ever going to get old. So we'll have a little tank here, just for those guys. Oh boy, the flooding's back. I hope this is just one of those temporary things like it has been. This is so funny to watch. I think okay, there we go. It's cycling. We're working on it. The lotuses have been planted once again. And we are unfortunately still waiting on the planks, which eventually are going to get fixed. But the... oh no, these are paused because there's flooding. Okay, you're now making planks. Because these other guys can't. I made bad choices. Is there any way I can get more planks? I need 48 of these things, man. That's a drag. Oh yeah, I used all my planks to make the lemonade storage, so I hope these guys are happy with lemonade, because they sure don't have any more planks. Like, seriously, none of these have any planks in them? I find that excruciatingly hard to believe. Oh, and these guys are making metal blocks, which I guess is fine because I do have the larger storage here. And the metal, scrap metal for those new and improved pumps has mostly already been used. Oh, these guys can't even reach any of this. Okay, so we will go ahead and just remove all these because we can. And... since I have the ability to, I will just pop one of these here. This, I'm sure, uses planks. No, actually. Okay. Well, we will certainly make good use of this. Eventually. Though they can't reach any further than this. Alright, they can go away. I don't know if I can get away with... oh, I sure can. Alright, cool. Put one there and the one there. They'll get that taken care of. Please, I am begging, allow me to finish this. Okay, that one's done. Now I just need 35 more planks for this guy, and we can stand a fighting chance. It's so many small problems that could have easily been avoided. You know, there's really not even that much of a suction to pull from. There's not even that much flow to be spoken for here that I could even run a water wheel off of. Like, legitimately, I don't know. I don't know if that's a valid strategy for me to be doing here. Now, this tall and narrow lodge does work as a levee, so if I... am I going to do the thing here? I absolutely am. So... Just to see if this works. Let's put that there. Oh, this takes planks. Of course it does. Okay, well, I guess we won't be building one of these anytime soon. But the idea was I do this, and then I can have the sprayer, the water cannon here. I can just pump it into the side. And if this tall and narrow lodge is here, then it's going to force all this water out through this tiny hole. Maybe make it go a little bit faster. Or maybe it won't. I don't know. I could just be stupid. But I would like to think that that would at least be a somewhat plausible thing to be doing. I don't know. Maybe I was just dead wrong. It's actually incredibly likely that I was dead wrong, but little tiny experiments that we can have some fun with. It's part of what makes this game so enjoyable. Alright, so we're down to 14 planks needed for this. Everything is flooded. So many problems are happening. So many problems are happening. But hey, guess what? We got 1,200 lemonade. Beavers got their priorities in order, folks. They have a robust amount of lemonade stored up ready for beaver consumption. So what I will do is I will continue to allow them to do that and increase the storage by changing this one to lemonade. Because the beavers don't care what they drink as long as their thirst is dealt with. So I figure, you know what? We might as well use our extra capacity to store lemonade and just move on from there. So we'll let them continue to fill that up. Every bit of lemonade we have pre-made before a drought is more water that we don't have to use to slake the beaver's thirst. And I think that is a smart move. So Speaking of smart moves, let's go over here to Idiot Corner, and yes, we have food. We don't have any beavers who are contaminated, which either means this did its job, or it wasn't necessary to begin with. Baby steps. Little improvements. Food storage is up to almost 6,000, which is fantastic. We have our 600 methane that we can't do anything with because I can't make the engine yet. Even if I wanted to, I don't have the science. But, you know, I keep going back and forth with this. I mean, the rice is important, but we simply cannot get this filled up enough with just this one fluid dump. So we are going to need to have a little cannon here. I don't know if the cannon not being fully powered means it doesn't reach all the way in terms of distance, or if it just reduces the amount, the volume of water that it shoots. But I would be very interested to see how this works. I'm just, the science is just so rare right now, I don't think it can be justified this episode. Sometime soon, hopefully. 5 planks remain to fix my comedy of errors over here. But at least the lotuses are growing, which is good because they take 12 whole days. And that sure is a thing. The large water wheel blueprints, did we not fancify those? No, I did not. So that is washing machine fancy. Large water wheel. Why did I say it like that? Large water wheel. Fancify me, Captain. Please and thank you. Hopefully that can become accomplished sooner rather than later. And of course we'll have to copy these. There we go. Before we build a single large water wheel. We'll get there though. 4 more planks and then all my problems right here can be solved. Please and thank you. Look at that, we got 1,400 lemonade. Looking good, looking good. These are full, and each of these hold 195, so they can still have a little bit more capacity. But we have massively improved our drinking situation, and of course the water will continue to improve as well. This has to be almost done. One more plank, folks. One more plank. Who's got it? Who's going to bring it in? I actually have not been keeping track of who's builders. So maybe we'll never know. All these logs on the ground, man, pick up your stuff. There we go. 40 planks should be constructed momentarily. And then all of this downstream flooding will at least go away for a moment. Probably surge a little bit because that's what this likes to do. And then we'll be all good to go. And then all of these can turn back on. This is making planks. This is making planks. This is making planks once again. I guess we can leave all those on planks until we catch back up with our planks. And then I can say planks over and over and over again until someone jumps through the internet and knifes me in front of my computer. Please don't do that, by the way. Not without asking first. I have so many logs on the ground, man. We gotta do something about these logs. I can't just infinitely stack this stuff either. At least not right now. So many problems to be dealt with. Like our brain-stimulating mushrooms. Still need more of those guys, but at least we are still making science. Everything is going reasonably well, as far as I can tell. Has this improved at all? Okay, I do have to have the path hooked up here. Yeah, so that works out just fine. Since we are over here, a number of you have suggested that we take our primitive mines and we just build a bunch of them up here, which we absolutely can do. This is a great spot for that. The only problem is that currently, the way this is set up, there's only a couple spots I can place this without removing all of our stuff here. And seeing how our mine operation over in this corner is going reasonably well, I don't think we have the need at this exact moment to place more of them over here, although we will. Eventually. It all takes time. And this does not reach. Okay, so that can go away. Yeah, we're just kind of, you know, chasing different stuff over here. One piece at a time. You know the drill. This is waiting. Of course, it's waiting on planks. What else would it be waiting on? Oh, I never fixed this, so we'll just pretend that I did, and we'll get these guys going here. That is something we need to, you know, actually replace these later, but it is more important, I think, to actually have a full storage than it is to have everything completely optimized, at least at this exact moment in time. I don't think there's any more of these that I haven't re-enabled correctly. I think we are okay. Just got to get these guys going. Ooh, do we have anybody in the... Yes, we do. The music is just... It's gleeful in the worst possible way. An absolute contraption. That's what this is. It's glorious. Alright. So, how are they doing on this? Still waiting on planks. I think that's going to be kind of a theme. Figuring out our plank situation. But the more we replace these old outmoded water pumps with the deep ones, the more fun we can have trying to solve the rest of our problems. And we can also continue... oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't unpause the copy sludge. Let's do that. Get these continuously, recursively copied and then shinified, fancified, whatever you want to call it. We need to make this dam deeper, which is going to mean we lose the ability to have rice planted here, but that also means we're going to be able to have a lot more in the way of lotuses planted up here if we make this one level higher. The problem we're going to run into is that the primitive dam and the primitive dam upgrade are not going to be high enough unless we place them on top of something else, which I'm actually not sure we can easily do. It's going to have to be a building large enough to support that. Oh, no, that'll work. Okay. We're just going to have to, you know, put some other stuff on the back side of this that'll actually support things. Or underneath this guy. And then figure out how we're going to do that. But it's not going to be an insurmountable thing. It's just going to take a little bit of thinking, a little bit of, you know, not right now because we have all these other problems we're trying to put out. But I think it's going to end up working out just fine. Science-wise, I still don't want to commit to doing the cannon, but I am pretty sure this will actually work. We just have to also be able to build the water wheel here that I wasn't going to build because I didn't have the planks for it. And then, of course, the engine, once we have the 500 science, probably should be the next thing I unlock. I don't. If you have an opinion on that, please do let me know. Obviously, the water wheel only solution is not a viable one for the long-term health of our industrial processes, but we can get that taken care of. Just have to kind of stay on top of things and do what we can do with what we have. The overarching theme, overarching goal of this entire playthrough. Just step 1, survive. Step 2, everything else, right? That's how we ended up having to do this. But I think this is as good a time as any to go ahead and end for today, so we'll take that out of turbo mode. We will see what we're able to do in terms of solving problems with science next time, once we get to 500. If you want me to do engines, let me know in the comments. If you don't, let me know if you'd rather I spend those science points on something else. Obviously, I value your input a whole lot. It is a Let's Play, not a Watch Me Play, so you know what to do. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you want to see fixed, improved, changed, whatever. This is, like I said earlier in this episode, the first time in a couple weeks I've touched this save, so I'm sure I've forgotten some things. I do try to keep up with the notes as best as I can with my little document here based on what you guys are commenting, but I am only human after all, so Do appreciate your help reminding me of all that stuff. Of course, very, very thankful for all the support. The Beard Boosters, all 763 names, or however many there are now, scrolling past this whole time. Really, really appreciate you folks making it possible for me to do this, quote-unquote, as my job. Get to play the Beaver game and talk to you guys all the time, which is fantastic fun. So, very, very grateful for all the support. Whether you're on that list or not, I value you just the same, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your time, stay safe, have fun, and who knows, maybe we'll have some live streams later, including today, tonight, depending on if I have time. But we do need to get back into the Iron Teeth Update 6 playthrough. So I will do my best to let you guys know, and as far in advance as I can, of whenever that's going to be happening. And then, of course, we have more Update 6 Folktales coming tomorrow, and then back into the swing of things with the polar beavers, the penguins, and then all of the Prison Architect fun as well, as getting back into Satisfactory soon, and all of that good stuff, because we finally got a release date for that. But I'm rambling now. I'll go ahead and end this one, get this video up as soon as I can. Hopefully, Beard Boosters get more than a couple hours worth of time to watch it before everybody else. But nonetheless, we will not have missed a day on uploads for the Waterbeavers, and that's cool. That's one of my main goals, trying to come back from vacation and get that up as soon as I could. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Again, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you later. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.